Target is rolling out a new way to connect with shoppers. They're going to do more eye contact, more greeting, more help on the floor. It's part of a bigger push to rebuild in-store experience and win back customers after a tough sales year. The new 10-4 engagement rule says employees are trained to smile, wave, and make eye contact within 10 feet of a shopper. And then they must verbally greet customers and offer assistance once they're up close at about 4 feet. The policy rolled out to more than 2,000 stores and is part of a broader turnaround effort after in-store sales dipped more than 3% last quarter. So what does this change in signal mean about retail and where it's headed? Will shoppers respond to this? Let's bring in friend of the show, consumer expert Morgan Ward. Welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
All right, what does this tell us about how retail is trying to reconnect with customers in this online dominated shopping era that we're in?
They're trying to reconnect with customers. They're sort of engineering friendliness from customer service people to the customer itself by mandating how the customer service people interact with their customers. As you said, at 10 feet, I think they need to make eye contact, smile, wave, and then at 4 feet, they have to verbally greet and then ask if they need any help. That is, if the customer needs any help. So they think that they can make people feel more welcome, more helped, and hopefully that would lead to people having, a more positive experience in Target, maybe being coming back into the stores and being brand loyal. That's the idea.
Morgan, I would think that they would have to do this anyway, or maybe they should be doing this anyway. But does the interaction like this move the needle at all?
It's such an important and good question. One thing is, a lot of times when you go into Target, you don't want to have 5 different customer experiences. That's not how we've been taught to navigate Target. So it's a question mark whether this is a problem that customers diagnose themselves. And it could come across as a little inauthentic, if you're interacting with people constantly. So I can see customers having question marks. Of course, being well respected and engaged in a store is always positive for customers. I think it's going to be how this rolls out and how customers perceive those new kinds of interactions that will decide whether this is effective.
Seems like this approach works better when it comes to maybe food service, but does it work better in other environments, better than maybe retail?
Possibly better in retail, and maybe in different kinds of retail when you want a more hands-on experience. If you're in a luxury store and you want that moment-to-moment help. I don't know. Target really is a place that people browse and kind of have their own personal engagement with products. So it may just not be the right environment, and that might just not be what customers are looking for. But I guess we'll have to see.
Yeah, it seems like a bit scary, like I'm shopping. And why are you looking at me? A little bit scary. Target is signaling, are they signaling something bigger here on how they want to differentiate themselves from Walmart or, say, Amazon or any other retail?
I think that Target has always thought of itself as more customer forward, more friendly, more engaging with customers, certainly than a Walmart or even Amazon, where you don't talk to anybody. But I don't think that customers say that they walk into a Target store and feel neglected. So maybe customers will like this more. Maybe it will be a source of differentiation. People always say they want to give the best customer service, and that's actually really hard in such a customer service saturated market like ours. So maybe this will make a difference.
We'll see. Bottom line, Target if they get it right, what's the biggest change that shoppers will actually feel when it comes to this 10-4 approach?
Well, I think they will have to do less personal navigation, and maybe they'll be more led to each product or sort of shown products by the staff. So maybe it'll be a less solitary consumption experience and more interactive. I could see that being the case.
Okay, hopefully they don't hover too much. We'll see. We'll see if it works. Morgan Ward, thanks so much for joining us. Really appreciate it.